Most people think revolvers are safer and semi-autos are more advanced. That belief has pushed thousands of first-time buyers into the wrong decision. Before we break it down, this is Weapon Tradeoff. Subscribe if you want real explanations instead of gun counter myths. Revolvers and semi-automatic pistols are both trusted for personal defense. They've protected homes for decades, but they solve the same problem in very different ways, and each one hides a cost most buyers don't see until it's too late. This isn't about nostalgia or modern trends. It's about understanding where reliability actually breaks down when stress enters the picture. Number 1. The first trade-off is mechanical simplicity versus functional flexibility. Revolvers look simple: a cylinder, a barrel, a trigger, no magazines, no slides, no external safeties. That simplicity is why many people trust them. Semi-autos look complex by comparison. Magazines, springs, slides, feed ramps. More moving parts, more things that could theoretically go wrong. But mechanical simplicity doesn't automatically equal functional simplicity. A revolver's simplicity exists at rest. Once you start firing, everything depends on precise timing inside the cylinder and trigger system. If something goes wrong internally, the gun usually stops completely. A semi-auto's complexity exists in visible components. But when something goes wrong, many failures are external and recoverable. The trade-off is subtle but important. Revolvers fail rarely, but fail decisively. Semi-autos fail more often, but many failures can be cleared. Most buyers never think about what happens after something goes wrong. Number 2. Reliability myths hide different failure modes. You've probably heard it before. Revolvers never jam. That statement sounds comforting, but it's incomplete. Revolvers don't feed ammunition from magazines, so they avoid feeding-related malfunctions. But they introduce other risks: cylinder binding, timing issues, debris under the ejector rod, and trigger lockups. When a revolver binds, it often becomes unusable until repaired. There is no quick fix under stress. Semi-autos can fail to feed, fail to eject, or fail to go into battery. These issues are more common, but they're also designed to be addressed by the user. The trade-off isn't reliability versus unreliability. It's recoverable failure versus unrecoverable failure. Under pressure, that distinction matters more than marketing claims. Number 3. Trigger weight changes everything under stress. Revolver triggers are heavy, deliberately so. Long, consistent pulls are meant to reduce accidental discharges. That weight becomes a double-edged sword. Under stress, heavy triggers demand more finger strength and control. For new shooters, that often results in missed shots or delayed firing when it matters. Semi-autos typically have lighter, shorter triggers. That makes accurate shooting easier, but increases the risk of negligent discharge if discipline breaks down. Here's the trade-off most people overlook. Revolvers reduce accidental discharge risk at the cost of shooting difficulty. Semi-autos increase shooting ease at the cost of stricter handling discipline. Neither choice eliminates responsibility. They simply shift where the burden lies. Number 4. Capacity versus reload reality. Revolvers usually hold fewer rounds. That's not controversial. What matters is how reloads actually happen. Reloading a revolver requires precise alignment, fine motor control, and time. Speed loaders help, but only with practice. Reloading a semi-auto is more straightforward. Drop magazine, insert new one, resume function. Under adrenaline, fine motor skills degrade. That makes revolver reloads significantly harder for untrained users. The trade-off becomes clear. Revolvers encourage conservation and deliberate use. Semi-autos support sustained engagement and quicker recovery from mistakes. Most home defense situations are short, but assumptions don't stop unexpected complications. Number 5. Maintenance reality versus maintenance neglect. Revolvers are often described as low maintenance. That's only partially true. They require less frequent cleaning to function, but when they do need service, problems are often complex and expensive. Semi-autos require regular cleaning and magazine maintenance. Neglect increases failure probability. The trade-off is not maintenance versus no maintenance. It's frequent, simple upkeep versus rare, complex problems. Buyers who won't clean regularly may prefer revolvers. Buyers willing to maintain gear gain flexibility with semi-autos. Ignoring this reality leads to false confidence. Number 6. Grip, recoil, and shooter comfort. Revolvers tend to have higher bore axis and different recoil characteristics. Recoil often lifts the muzzle more sharply. Semi-autos spread recoil across the slide movement, reducing perceived kick for many shooters. Grip shape also differs. Revolvers often require a firmer grip to manage trigger pull and recoil. The trade-off is control style. Revolvers demand deliberate grip strength and pacing. Semi-autos reward consistent grip and follow-up speed. For smaller hands or weaker grip strength, these differences are not theoretical. Number 7. Storage safety and readiness. Many buyers choose revolvers because they feel safer stored loaded. Heavy triggers reduce fear of accidental discharge. Semi-autos require more disciplined storage solutions, especially in homes with children. The trade-off is peace of mind versus speed of access. Revolvers feel safer psychologically. Semi-autos demand better habits. Neither choice replaces proper storage. One simply feels less intimidating to new owners. Number 8. Training assumptions versus real behavior. Most buyers overestimate how much they'll train. Revolvers demand familiarity with trigger control and reload technique. Without practice, performance drops sharply. Semi-autos are easier to shoot well quickly, but punish poor handling habits. The trade-off is learning curve versus long-term adaptability. If training will be minimal, revolvers offer predictability. If training will continue, semi-autos scale better with skill. Honesty here matters more than brand loyalty. Number 9. Stress amplifies weaknesses, not strengths. Under stress, you don't rise to your best training, you fall to your habits. Revolvers hide some mistakes but punish others severely. Semi-autos expose mistakes sooner but offer chances to recover. The trade-off is visibility of error versus consequence of error. Some people prefer mistakes that are obvious and fixable. Others prefer systems that reduce opportunities for mistakes to happen at all. Number 10. Choosing reliability means choosing failure type. This is the heart of the decision. Revolvers offer reliability through mechanical isolation. When they work consistently. When they fail, they often stop entirely. Semi-autos offer reliability through redundancy and user intervention. They fail more visibly, but recover more often. Neither approach is wrong. Both carry risk. The mistake is believing one is immune to failure. If you value simplicity, low maintenance frequency, and psychological comfort, revolvers make sense. If you value adaptability, capacity, and recoverability under pressure, semi-autos make sense. What matters is understanding which failure you're more prepared to handle. Weapon trade-off exists to make those decisions clearer before assumptions turn into regret. If this helped you think differently about reliability, subscribe to Weapon Trade-off. We break down firearms by the costs they hide, not the myths they sell.